Now, I'm hoping that the news I'm going to bring you right now is I gotta pull Elf. I gotta pull my typical scene from Elf. You ever have one of these crypto ideas that's just like yes, Cliff High, the webbot guy, did a little special data run on a specific coin, and I'm not sure if it was because I was talking about it on that ride home or whatever. Remember the OmiseGO coin, or OMG is the token symbol? But he decided to just, let me take a peek at that. Let me do a little quick 2-3 day data run on this thing. See if there's any kind of meat behind this thing, if it looks like it's a token. Because again, his spiders go out with however he programs them, and they pull a big group of data regarding these cryptos, and it tells them, okay, here we go. So he, of course, can say, well, I want to know about this specific one. I think I'm going to spend some time having my bots go just look at this and see if there's anything to it. Now, right off the bat, I'm giving you the disclaimer, because I don't want to hear it if this doesn't work out. You are responsible for your trades. You are responsible for any crypto you get into. Not me, not Cliff High, not Bixweir, not anybody but you. Stare at the man in the mirror, or the woman in the mirror. Disclaimer. You are responsible. Having said that, and the fact that Cliff High's freaking webbot has been unbelievable with his crypto calls for the last 2 freaking years, this little data run he was talking about, specifically on OmiseGO, OMG coin, is showing signs, if you will, that we may have another Veritaseum as far as performance goes on our hands. And it came out, which I'm going to tell you what the price actually was right now, because I can go to CoinMarketCap, OMG. There it is. It came out when it was first tradable. Okay, so I don't know what it actually ICO'd at, but when it was first tradable, which was back on July 14th, it was around 50 cents. And it jumped to 60, 50, even as low as 37, 30-something cents, 35, bouncing around, 80 cents, etc. It hovered around that where it went up to $1, $1.38. Then all of a sudden recently, and even as I'm doing this video tonight, it's $7.66. Now I want you to remember something, first of all. When I got into Veritaseum, it was a month-long ICO. Okay, this isn't an ICO anymore. OMG or OmiseGO, it's done, it's over with. You can only get it on an exchange. And I'm going to tell you, even though I gave my little Bittrex exchange disclaimer the other day about, hey, this guy says he got hacked, his 2-factor authentication was disabled. I've only heard of 2 stories of that, but I feel like sometimes I got to tell you guys just to be careful. That's why I do these stories when someone emails me something like this about that, you know. But that doesn't mean it stopped everybody from using Bittrex. Bittrex is a very large exchange, by the way. There would be stories all over the internet, if I'm to be honest. And I almost feel like these people who've made these mistakes, they may have went to a fake site somehow. You know what I mean? There just has to be something that happened here. I don't know what, and I can't say that for sure. Some of these, you know, this guy that's emailed me was adamant he didn't. But anyways, I'm going to tell you, Bittrex is where you need to go for this. However, I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. And you're going to basically get in, make the trade, get your Ethereum turned into OMG coins, and get the hell out and send them back to my Ether wallet. Okay? Just in case. I've always told you, don't leave your stuff on these exchanges. So for this point here, you're going to get in and get out if you want in on this. I'm not going to be specific, but I put some good skin in the game on this one. I'm hoping, because again, here it is the 22nd this evening, it'll be the 23rd tomorrow. We still don't have this dispute language we're looking for that says, oh, the coin that these 2 guys disputed, the 2 leaders or creators of this coin, they just had a dispute. One's going separate ways. The coin is now tanked below the ICO price. That's the one we've been looking for according to the data. Jump on it, because in 2 years it'll be absolutely crazy. We don't see this happening yet, and it's getting later in the month. It still isn't here. So you know what's beautiful about this right now? The potential here, maybe not is quite as good as what we thought that one was going to be, based off the data. But if this thing is even kind of, even remotely, even a smidgen performing like Veritaseum did, where you had, remember, it came out 30 days, ICO, it was $2 on week 1. And then it went up, and then went up again. I forgot to get in it. Thankfully, a subscriber asked me, hey, didn't you say did you get in any of those? Oh, thanks for reminding me. 3rd week into it. Let me get in now. $6 a pop for me. I was selling off of those suckers at $1.20 or more, you know, and I sold off a little earlier, a little bit lower too, some of them. But it even went higher than that, as you saw. So let's just look at that example. $6 times 10 is 60, times 20, or 20 times, right, is 120. So we're talking a token, Veritaseum, that went 20 times, or as they say in the other part of the planet, England and whatnot, that was a 20 bagger. 20 bugger? No, 20 bagger. So why I'm saying if this is even kind of like it, if this thing even becomes a 10 bagger where it's at now, at $7, that means $70. If it's 20 times 7, 140, right? 140 bucks. It could do that. So again, I'm going to be very clear. His data is saying this. He did a little run. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed. It's a freaking software program that's not always right. I want to be very clear. But I am taking a gamble myself right now. I am jumping into this one with a decent amount of ETH. I don't want to give specifics, but I put some skin in this game. Let me tell you something. And there's still a couple more ICOs I'm looking at. You know, I was talking to the guy again. I keep telling you about this gambling slash. It does numerous things: lotto, gambling. It's all on their token. So you buy the token, and you use the token, and if you win the game or you win the lotto thing, you get a ton of these tokens back, basically. In exchange, you know, then you just sell off on the exchange or whatever, and get your money out of it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to push that. Gosh, I don't know if I want to, you know. But I'm thinking to myself, and he's like, just do a Skype with me, just talk to me, just talk to me. And I'm like, you know, I'll give the guy, I'll give him the time of day, sure, you know, I'll make it happen. Go ahead. His name's Frank. Frank, you know, not my buddy Frank, a different Frank, not my buddy at work. Frank, go ahead. So he's talking about the coin. I'm looking at the white paper, looking at some stuff he sent me on it. Spent a couple of days, you know. Aside from just me, I don't know if it's like my moral whatever. J-Snip4 doesn't go and gamble. You know, I don't gamble. I don't go to Vegas. But there's a crap load of people that do. And people like to do it. And the lotto, how many people do you know that play the freaking lotto? Right? Those two things are multi-billion dollar operations are year-round pretty much across the globe. So again, I'm thinking, well, hold on. Maybe my moral whatever, I don't want to maybe not get into this, but then maybe I should. Why? If there's freaking money to be made, it's not like people, you know, it'd be different if you said, oh, well, let's sell drugs to people. There's money to be made. No, you're not harming anybody. You're playing an online game or you're playing a lot of whatever, like they do with this freaking 7-Eleven stores these days. So I thought to myself, if there's potential here for my subscribers to make money, why not at least tell them about it, regardless of if I end up getting in or not, because there's still a potential. And I'm actually kind of liking what I saw about it, but I'm not done researching. I'm not done researching. But within the next few days, I may have something, because the ICO is going to be starting in the not too distant future. So I want to make sure I get all my ducks in a row, do the research appropriate if I'm going to mention this thing at all. Because if there's freaking money to be made, and I'm telling myself, well, you knew about this early on, the guy's been talking to you about it, you know, and I missed out on this, which means my subscribers missed out on this. You know, I don't feel like I missed doing my service to my people. So, you know, do whatever the hell you want, I guess is what I should be saying here, but I'm going to be looking a little bit in this, and if I come out and talk about it, I talk about it, because at that point it's probably worthwhile. But again, it'll be one of those things where you just decide yourself. Again, these are all your own decisions, not mine. I just go out here, blab my mouth about something I think's good. Here's why I think it's good, you know. And in all fairness, not to toot my own horn, may not have a perfect track record on these cryptos, but damn it, they're looking pretty good. Everything that I've got, and I know most of you got the same stuff I've got, and they're doing pretty good. And one thing you notice, even with Pay Token or Pillar, they come out with an announcement, just like I said would happen. They come out with an announcement, and boom, the prices go way up. And then, okay, never mind. And then the traders take their profit, 18-cent Pillar, 17, 15, 14, you know, it's back down a little bit. And then the next news blip that comes out, back up again. I watched the same thing with Pay Token. And I'm like, Pay Token has a working product. They're shipping the credit card things out. And the same thing applies. Good news, up. News story goes up, and then slowly goes down. So I'm thinking, not only like Cliff said, you can play the ETH game, go up, sell high, buy low, sell high, you know. You could do it with all these freaking ICOs like this, just these tokens. Sit back, oh, great news, it goes up, sell off, sit back and wait for it to come down. Pulls down 20%, 50%, whatever the hell it drops, buy back in. Oh, news announcement came, do it again. On one freaking token, you could do this. You could have done it on Pillar, you could have done it on Pay, there's several others. I'm just like looking at them, I'm like, holy crap. But, you know, that's that risk. What if it keeps going way high and, you know, I don't want to lose out, you know. But anyway, so I want to just show you where you should probably do this. Now, this assumes you already know how to use my Ether wallet. You've got that set up, right? So you're going to go to Bittrex, and I'm going to show you my screen, right? And that's bittrex.com. So there's two T's, bittrex.com, bittrex.com, two T's. So here's the main page or whatever. Now, essentially, you need to ship over some Ethereum over here, right? So that you can play this game. So you're going to click on wallets right here, top right. And anything that has any amount in there is going to show up first. So you can see I've got 230 cloak coins. Speaking of which, have a look at this. As the old crocodile hunter used to say, have a look at this. Speaking of cloak coin. This was in Cliff High's original data, right? Look at these prices. A penny. A penny. Now this is back in the day, 2014. Let's travel up to early 2017. 18 cents, 19 cents, 18 cents, 16 cents. That sucker hit $9.93, it was actually over $10. It was $10.30. $10.30. Now, right now, it's back down to $4.86. Talk about a massive gain. Again, another thing. But that's another story. And by the way, I'm trying to line up a little interview with one of the guys from Cloak, because they're going to be about to be doing some, I guess, taking some things forward, if you will, from what I heard, and I want to talk to them and get them on Skype here in the near future. But anyways, so you can clearly see I've got 230 Cloak over here. ETH, almost nothing, right? But anyway, so anything that you have on hand will show up here. So if you're new here, you're not going to see Ethereum or any of this stuff. So what you have to do, right over here to the right, in the search box, type ETH for ETH, and there it is. You can see Ethereum, Tether, because again, it contains the word ETH in there. That's why it shows up. And then Ethereum Classic. Do not mess with Ethereum Classic. That is not the one. Again, this one, ETH. So you have a plus and a minus symbol. All this means is, plus means I want to send something over here. Minus means I want to take it out of here. And I notice, for whatever reason, I keep having to click twice on each of these buttons for it to pop up. So there's one click, two clicks, and here's this address. Okay, so you can highlight this address. Now, if you're new here, you're not going to have one. And there's going to be a button that says, give me an address or add an address. You click it, and then it generates one like this. This is my address. Do not use this unless you plan on donating some ETH to me over here at Bittrex, which I highly recommend you not do because I don't hardly come over here. Anyway, so don't. This is my Ethereum wallet address that is generated by Bittrex for me, like all exchanges do. So now I have this. Right click, copy. I can tell I got the whole thing highlighted, right? I would go to my Ether wallet, which I'm not going to do right now. You already know this game. Go there, send tokens. What are you sending? Or not tokens, send ETH. Let's say 5 ETH. I'm going to send 5 ETH over to this address. Now, before you send him, it's always a very wise decision to send like maybe a tenth or half of an ETH or something. And their site says any ETH you send them has to be at least a tenth. So 0.1. Anything lower, I don't know what'll happen if it gets bounced back or what, but they said don't send anything less than 0.1. So that's a tenth of 1 ETH. So again, as a trial, to make sure it comes into your account, right? You don't want to send all of it and then find out you screwed something up. You're going to send that. You're going to come back over here to Bittrex, and you can go on the same page, pending withdrawals, which we're not withdrawing, we're waiting for deposits. So right here, pending deposits, you're going to see this little refresh sign, and there's nothing here. But if you hit refresh and then wait, and I notice if the exchange is busy, it may be 2 minutes before you see any action over here. And then just wait, press it again after 30 seconds, every 30 seconds or so, keep refreshing it, or a minute. You'll finally see it come in, and it'll say like 0 out of 36 confirmations. And it will say basically pending. At that point, you're going to get it. Okay? So at that point, go back to my Ether wallet and send the rest of your Ethereum over here. It's safe. Once you come over here, keep doing the refresh thing like every minute, because you'll see 2 confirmations, 4 confirmations, 5 confirmations, and it appears to be quite slow on this damn site. You might be waiting 5 to 10 minutes for all 36 confirmations to take place before they finally release it to you to have to play with. So after that happens, up here, you will see available balance, 5 ETH in this case, not pending anymore. Now notice there's refresh buttons everywhere. So you could, in theory, hit this refresh button and also hit this refresh button up here, and it will tell you, again, once you see pending deposit, you'll see it in there. Once it goes over to available, now you can play the game. So at that point, now you want to go get some OMG. Oh my God, no. OmiseGO. OMG is the token symbol. So click on the very top left where it says Bittrex. That's their homepage up here. Click that. Takes you back to the home menu. Scroll down, because now there's a Bitcoin market and there's also an Ethereum market. So technically speaking, if you sent Bitcoin over here, you could buy OMG over here doing Bitcoin to OMG. But then again, you want to send this out of this exchange back over to like my Ether wallet, right? You want to get your OMG coins out of here. However, let me back up. You can still use Bitcoin and buy the OMG coins. It doesn't matter. You can use Bitcoin or you can use Ethereum. It doesn't matter. Most of you guys have Ethereum anyway, so we're going with Ethereum. So you scroll down and you'll see it down here. We have US dollar markets, whatever. We have Ethereum markets and we have Bitcoin markets. So again, instead of searching here, which you can leave that, you don't have to erase it. Go down to here where it says Ethereum markets, type the same thing, OMG. There it is, Ethereum to OMG. It's up 4.6% at the moment. Whatever, click on the link. Okay. Now you're here. You've got the bid and the ask. So ask is simply someone selling saying this is what I'd like to get for mine right now. Bid is someone saying this is what I'd like to pay for it, which is in between is the spread of what the difference is. Is not important, to be honest with you right now for this purposes of this video. So now I don't even know if this will show up because I got so little ETH, but I'm going to hit max. So here, I don't know. Anyways, what I'm going to do, you can hit, see this here, this drop down where it says price. Last means what was the last order that was successfully done. That's what I want to price mine at, which means it was probably seconds ago, or milliseconds ago, potentially, if these orders are flying through, and they are. You look down here at the bottom right, you'll see this stuff updating constantly. See it? So these orders they're moving here. So anyways, if I pick last, means this is the last sell price, 0.02432 whatever Ethereum for one of these coins. If I pick bid, it's going to go to the last bid price that someone says I'm willing to pay this. Doesn't necessarily mean it's sold. So long story short, if you want to get in here and get some of these damn tokens, you can go and pick any of these. You can pick ask price, which means this is what someone's selling for right now. Ask price 0.244. This means you should probably be able to pull that trigger and it be a completed order like almost instantly. Or if you're trying to play the market a little bit, I want it to come down a little bit. then go back to the bid price or whatever. Bottom line is these prices right now are so close to each other, who gives a flying crap? Get in there, get some damn skin in the game. Bottom line, if you had 5 ETH, it would show it right here. And then what I would do first, before I hit max, I would hit price. And I would honestly, I'd probably do the last one. And just make sure it looks similar, right? 0.243 down here, 0.2433. Okay, we're good. Just to make sure it's somewhere close. And then hit max. And as you can see, 0.0046 of an OMG coin I would get for this tiny amount of ETH I have. In your case, you would have a bunch more because you have 5 ETH. And these coins are only about $7 or $8 right now. And if you have 5 ETH, which are $300 something a piece right now, 5 times 3, $1,500, you're going to get a nice little chunk of OMG. And it will do it for you. So the rest of this, don't even touch. Limit order, good till canceled. Meaning, limit meaning I am only willing to spend this price for each and every one of these things. Nothing more, nothing less. Good till canceled means this order will sit here until forever. If you don't cancel it, should it not be filled, in other words, the price went too high and never came back down, and your order sitting there saying, hey, I'd like to buy at 0.24, and now it's 15, 20 bucks. Your order is going to sit there for forever. So you need to go back and cancel the order. And if you ever find yourself needing to cancel the order, all you got to do, which is click this button. I'll show you that in a second. So let's just pretend this was it. You don't have to touch limit. You don't have to touch this. It's all default. Just leave it alone. All you're going to do is hit price, hit last, hit max, boom, buy OmiseGO. Done. And then it'll say pop up. Now you'll notice if that order goes through right away, you'll see little green pop-ups where my mouse is just filling the screen. And it may say partial order fill, partial order fill, partial order fill, or it may just be all at once filled. All you have to do, again, you can leave this page at this point. Click on orders, and you will see it. Open orders right here, which would be the one that maybe hasn't completely filled or you're waiting for it to fill. And down here are completed orders. So you can look at some of my stuff, which I'm going to be blocking out so you can't see because there's some serious skin in the game right here. I just don't want to share that information with everybody. But if you had an open order right here, basically you could hit, there'll be a red X and you hit cancel. It cancels the rest of the order. Even if some of it was partially filled, at least you bought those ones and now you're waiting. You can redo a new order, and maybe because maybe the price jumped up or whatever too quick, and now you still want to get skin in the game, but you're going to have to raise your price or whatever they're willing to pay. That's it. Once it's here and done, you should be good. So what you would do to get it out of here is you would hit wallets. Remember that plus and minus thing. Now, I don't have any here, so I'm going to hit the minus key, pretending that this Ethereum was actually OMG coin, and I would hit minus. Ooh, it only did it on one click that time. Sometimes it takes two. And I would say, here's my Ether wallet address that I'm sending this to, right? Double check your my Ether wallet address. Put it in here. Again, if you want to send like 1 or 2 just to be safe, go ahead. If not, put them all. Put your my Ether wallet address in there. Put in however many. I know it says ETH here, but it would say OMG coin had I had some. You would put in, I just got 500 OMG coins, so 500 OMG, and you hit this little up arrow, and it basically all this is telling it. This up arrow is saying give it to all I have. Give me the exact amount minus the fees, whatever. Just give me everything. So all you're gonna do is put in your my Ether wallet address up here, and I don't even know whose address that is. I don't even know what that is, actually. But anyways, hit the up arrow, which means I want to send everything as in all OMG, and then you hit withdraw. Now, someone said to me, hey, I just created the Bittrex account today, and there's like a delay. I can't withdraw my funds yet, my stuff. And that might be because you just created the account. I'm not sure. Mine goes instantly. I don't have any problems. But I've been on Bittrex for quite a while. I haven't used it in a while, but I'm on here, so maybe that's why mine went through. So that's how you get it if you want to get an OMG coin. I'm going to tell you though, again, don't go all in on some of this stuff, because if there's some more ones that come out in the near future and I'm talking about, hey, this is another good one, you need to we all need to leave some. And I left some. I got some skin in the game here, some nice skin, but I've got some skin left over, if you will. for other stuff that might be coming up. What if this thing with Cliff still happens? The whole, fallout with this other coin, it drops the ICO price. I want to jump in on that too. And I don't want to have to liquidate all the stuff I just got into. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's how you do it. Take care.